Hey, how you doing? And welcome back to this week's video. This one's another long one, so I'm going to try and stay on script and not ad-lib, so this doesn't take a day and a half to get through. So as usual, thank you for following along. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for hitting like. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for telling others to watch these videos, right? So this week's installment is entitled The Problem with Adjusting Unhealthy People. Oh, wow. Okay. So, what do you think about all this blood sugar stuff? Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a tremendous amount of sense. I don't care what anybody says. That's the key to everything. You eat, you live, you exercise, you get your sunlight, you do everything to manage your blood sugar, and it pretty much fixes everything else. All right. So, do you think it might be time to do something about your blood sugar if it's a problem? Let me answer that for you. Yes, it is. All right, good. So I know it's kind of weird for a backcracker, someone like me, to be talking about all this real doctor stuff, but regardless of how amazing our adjustments are, if you and your blood sugar are trying to race the Grim Reaper through hell, you are going to lose. And I would really hate to watch this happen when it is so easy to avoid all of the nonsense. It is so easy. Within a few days of cleaning up your diet and a little exercise and stuff, your blood sugar levels, your triglyceride, your cholesterol levels will go down. Wow, a few days, 5 days, 3 days, a week, something like that. It's not that tough. So, and this is the impetus of these many blogs and videos that we do. So, why would a person seek any type of health care in the first place, right? I might be going out here on a limb, but most would do so because they want to continue to live as well as they can, right? I mean, why would you bother to take care of yourself and do good things if you weren't trying to get the most mileage out of this body? Do people really go to see a doctor only, and this is a good question, do people really only go to the doctor to find out what's wrong with them so they can spend the rest of their lives taking care of and worrying about a body that's going to die on them one day anyway? How many times you go to the doctor, now you're pre this, and we need to keep an eye on this, and pre that, and keep an eye on this. And so you spend the rest of your time, whatever time you've got, watching and taking care of a body instead of going and living. Go live, right? Good. I don't think that's why people go to the doctor, to find out what's wrong with them. They really would like to do better. They want to get the most out of the time they have and enjoy being alive. Ultimately, it is assumed that when a patient prevents for care, they are interested in recovering and regaining their health and wellness. What if, in looking at a person, I can tell that they aren't able to or won't heal and recover as they should? And I can look at people and I can tell this one's going to be a problem. Is it because they got that tough vertebrae I can't get into place? No. The problem is they're deconditioned, they're overweight, they're inactive, on and on and on and on and on. And they do not heal and recover because of all of these things. So, how are they supposed to get better if they don't heal and recover? So, look at it this way: the human body is designed to heal and recover from injuries and illness, right? You see it all the time. If a person is standing in a doctor's office, guess what? They are not healing and recovering. Otherwise, they would have. There's strike one. There's something to keep in mind. In most cases, it is simply that the patient is continuing to harm and injure themselves, and once they stop, they heal and recover. Stop harming yourself. Stop injuring yourself, and you'll probably get better. Amazing. I can't tell you how many people with chronic health issues turned the corner for the better simply by taking short walks, modifying their workstations, improving their diets, getting more sleep, and eating more protein. We have a patient right now that is, and this individual's got some health stuff, and this person cannot believe how fast and how quickly this person is doing just within a short period of time by cleaning up the diet and getting a little more sleep and shaking around a little more. This person's numbers are all dropping into the normal range, and this person does have some health issues. Wow. I wonder if we're going to have an impact on these health issues. Will they correct themselves? My bet is they will. All right. These are also great ways to manage blood sugar. Fix your workstation, improve your diet, get more sleep, and eat more protein. But truly, and I ask you, what do I or any healthcare provider do to help someone get healthy and well when they are diminishing, and they're diminishing themselves through their livingness, if it can be called such, and they are becoming less and less? So if you are not eating correctly, you're not getting sunlight, you're sitting around, you're inactive, you're all the rest of this stuff, you are making less and less and less of yourself. Now you go to the doctor, and now the doctor has the responsibility of somehow making you more. I don't know how. You're going this way, and I'm supposed to push you that way. Why don't you help? Why don't you go this way? Honestly, the only hope is to see if I can encourage them to be more, to do more, and to have more. That's really it. Look at it this way. What does the body use? This is a good point. What does the body use to repair damaged and injured tissue? Think about it for a second. It uses protein. Good. If a person is not eating enough protein each day, their bodies will cannibalize themselves and break down and consume muscle tissue, which is a good source of protein, to repair the injured and damaged tissues. This is a huge problem with people who live alone, that get a little bit older, they don't move around as well, they don't feel like cooking, they don't anything else. They stop eating, and right there, boom, straight down into the ground. So they get a lot of wasting, a lot of fatty deposits and things along those lines, and they become very, very unhealthy and very sick, and they're not doing real well. But think about that. So if you're not eating dietary protein, your body will cannibalize itself. It will break down the muscle tissue to repair itself. So it's going to destroy the body to heal and repair the injured body. What? Wow, that's right. For starters, when we see patients that are in this situation, we instruct them to eat about 100 grams of protein a day. So this would mean about 5 meals of around 20 grams of protein each meal. Oh, I can't. There it is. Now you know this person isn't doing this. And how's this person going to get well if they don't eat protein and they don't eat? Good. So some references say that a person should eat 1 gram of protein for every pound of their ideal weight. For me, I like to weigh about 185 pounds, so I should probably eat about 185 grams of protein a day, and that would be in 20-gram meals. Just give you an idea, a turkey breast, about the size of the palm of your hand, is 16 grams. An egg is 6 grams, right? Things along those lines. Sardines, if you like sardines, a little tin of sardines in olive oil is about 20 to 22 grams. It's amazing. It'll do wonders for you. So good. How can a person get healthy and well, even from amazing Paragon chiropractic adjustments, if their bodies are consuming their own muscle tissue to repair injured and damaged tissues? What needs to be adjusted? If your body is cannibalizing itself because of diet and lifestyle and not eating protein and things along those lines, what adjustment am I going to do that's going to make this person better? I don't know. And I've been doing this almost 40 years. I know I look boyish and everything, but yeah, almost 40 years. And now what ends up happening is these people who aren't eating correctly, their body's cannibalizing itself. What they're interested in is they want a bunch of exercises to make them stronger. Well, what does exercise do? Exercise is destructive. So how can exercise build muscle tissue without protein? So you start doing these exercises, and now you got to repair the exercise, repair the injury, and it's all destructive and breaks down muscle tissue. You're going nowhere fast. And so they don't heal, and their bodies consume themselves. Exercise breaks down and destroys tissue. So how is it supposed to repair itself without protein? Well, here's another one. How about water? Rule of thumb might be half your body weight in ounces. So a 200-pound person should drink about 100 ounces of water each day. And keep in mind that a gallon is about 128 ounces. That's a lot of water. Most people aren't doing that. But water can help hydrate tissue and flush inflammatory sludge, I like that term, from the tissues of the body. In fact, it is the inflammatory sludge that causes most of the aches and pains. So even just drinking and increasing the amount of water will start to flush the tissues, clean out the garbage, and you'll feel better and do better from that. So I guess the big question here is, how is a person supposed to heal and recover if they can't heal and recover? Wow, I'll let you think about that for a second. The answer, they can't. And we see a number of these types of patients in our office who want help, but whose lifestyles are such that it is very difficult for them to be healthy and well again. I would love to do blogs and videos on chiropractic and the importance of getting adjusted a few times each month, but a person would have to be in fairly decent shape to really get the benefits from spinal manipulation. That kind of wild. You see all these videos where everybody's putting people in these chokeholds and everything's going crack, 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 because that's what a chiropractor does. Actually, that's not what a chiropractor does, and there is so much more. And you really kind of have to be in decent shape to actually get adjusted and get the benefits out of an adjustment. I still believe this is true, but I ask you, what adjustment would help? This is it. What adjustment would help a 300-pound diabetic who can't exercise or walk or sleep and whose blood sugar is chronically in the mid-200s? There is no adjustment. There's no adjustment at all that's going to work. And here's something to keep in mind. Nearly 70% of Americans are overweight or obese. Now, here's a little something extra to keep in mind. This would mean that nearly 70% of Americans are chronically inflamed and they are not managing their blood sugar levels. How do you think they got overweight and obese? That's how. So they are not healthy. Do you see the problem? An unhealthy person presents to my office with pain, sometimes severe pain. What do you think the pain is due to? That's right, inflammation. And where's the inflammation coming from? That's right, from a lifestyle that does not manage blood sugar and promotes chronic inflammation, which is highly destructive and creates chronic immune responses, which destroy not only the damaged and injured tissues, but the healthy ones as well. Do you see this destruction? So we've got this chronic inflammation, which comes about from uncontrolled blood sugar levels, which then basically destroys the body, creates all the health things that could possibly wipe you off the face of the earth, makes you feel sick, makes you feel bad, makes you feel swollen, creates the pain and everything else. And now you're expecting a medical doctor to give you a pill, a physical therapist to give you an exercise, an acupuncture to put some needles in here, or a chiropractor to adjust you and make all this stuff go away. I don't know. Good luck. So I can tell that when a person has pain, that they are inflamed, right? That's it. So if they have pain and the adjustment seems to have relieved or even remedied, and this is a good way to look at it. So a guy comes in with pain, right? And the adjustments seem to work and they feel much better. I can tell you right there, they probably weren't that inflamed. All right, but if the adjustment did not relieve the pain and their over-the-counter drugs didn't seem to work and steroids were no help, I got to tell you, man, that cat is highly, highly inflamed, right? Okay, so you get my point, and hopefully why so many of these blogs and videos are about chronic illness and things your medical doctor should be talking to you about instead of a chiropractor. The only problem is they don't talk to you about it. They try and find what's wrong with you, create a pre-state. Once you get a little bit beyond a pre-state, you're given a bunch of pills and no instructions on how to help yourself. I don't know where else you're going to hear this or get this stuff. So that's why I'm going on and on and on about it in these videos. So let's leave it at that for now. I'm sure I've kind of run a little bit on. And in the meantime, if you have any questions about any of this, or you can always call, email, text, whatever. We'd be more than happy to help you get back on that road, help you handle your blood sugar. We have quite a few people right now that are doing this. And like I said, they're absolutely jaw to the ground dropping that within 3 days to 5 days, everything's looking pretty good just by not continuing to harm themselves. All right, well, thank you. I'm Dr. Dave, and if you think about it, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you back here next week. And give us a call. We can definitely help you.